Bienvenidos a Collider Live. It's jueves. Feliz jueves. It is Thursday. And Christian Harloff is on vacation, most likely trying to sneak into Galaxy's Edge.
No!
Hey!
Hi. So I am Dorina para mis hermanos y hermanas hispanas. There will be no Bachelor Wrestling talk today, only horror movies, sci-fi tacos, sex positivity, and Michael Keaton.
Oh my God. I will take all of that. The only thing I won't take that it's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday. It's not Thursday.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
It
es
is
viernes.
Friday.
Feliz viernes.
It's Friday.
Yes, and Mark. Oh, there it is.
There we go. There we
Mark
go.
Riley, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Our producer extraordinaire.
Thank you, Dorina.
Superman.
Coming in hot with the opening. I did not understand the Spanish, but I will do my.
I just said the date wrong in Spanish. That's all.
Okay, good. I'll just use what I always say with Dorina here, which is es verdad.
Yeah, exactly.
Es verdad.
Yes. And who else do we got here?
Okay, thank you, Dorina, and of course, joining us on Fridays most of the time, John Roca. How are you,
Hello,
my
everyone.
friend?
How are you?
Good to have you here as always. And
I'm excited.
You're excited.
Good.
I'm excited.
This is your
And
first show.
Is this
With
your
him?
first show?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kept me off for the whole week, so they give me a little. They give me an hour today. You know how it is
Now
being
you're stuck
Latino.
with me. Yeah.
And who John Roca is motioning to, if you're listening at home, Nathan Hamill coming back to the show.
Yay.
Hey, everybody.
Nathan,
Hi,
always a pleasure to have you on the show. And
This is
wearing that.
my third time in 3 months. So
I
at
know.
this rate, people will be sick of me by October.
No.
You'll
You're-
start getting more negative
November.
comments.
Yeah, that's how it works. We're used to him.
He's gotten so like all his comments are positive. Everyone likes him.
That's
But
how it starts.
I'm like, wait till you get to know him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, just
No,
wait as it goes along.
She told me that. I don't read the comments, but I went, it's the internet. That's impossible. It can't be all positive.
Yeah, no, probably
Starting
not.
out, it always is, and then
Yeah.
it's like, come.
You got any more of those internet comments? It's like you give a little bit of a taste, like, ooh, I love that. Oh, that's really good. And then all of a sudden you're addicted, and you're like, wait, what about my mother?
And then
Because I
the
like
rest,
Star Wars?
And then the rest of the comments are nice, and you're like, oh, fine.
Yeah, okay,
I love
fine.
you too.
I'll go back to it. But as
But you
Dorina
guys
men-
have not been in a show together.
We have
right?
not, no.
So
have
wait.
you guys met before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just not hung out.
Not everyone has to know you to meet people. Other people you know. Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
Fine,
Well,
John.
I like that. Well, as Dorina mentioned, it is Friday. It's August 9th. It's
Hey-o.
2019. Christian will be back on Monday.
Oh, my
Thank
God.
you. I will say Friday every chance I get. Friday.
Oh, okay. Stop
You
that.
know what
Stop
other?
that.
You know what other day is cool to say?
Orlando.
Sibley Zoo.
Fuck you.
What the hell do I
Damn
do
it.
there?
Which one are you
guys?
going to do?
Both.
I said Orlando, and she said, yeah.
There we go.
Oh!
Oh, it's
My
a
God.
remix.
It's a...
Yeah, Cody.
If
Nice
you can,
medley there.
if you can make a Friday, Orlando, and mix, I could probably hang with that.
Alex, get on that, man.
That would be a great montage, and then
Make it
everybody
happen.
can sing. It could be like, Les Miserables or Rent, where everybody comes
Yeah.
in together, and they're like walking down the
Yes.
street and singing.
And then we can do a Collider Live flash mob
flash
in public.
mob, and we'll do
Done.
a big choreographed dance, like
I'm
in the
so
middle
in,
of a
man.
mall.
And we can dress like cats.
I was on board until.
Until the cats.
Come on, we're all going to go see it, right?
You know that meme that's
Midnight
going
show.
around where everybody's sitting at the tables, like which table at the cafeteria you want to sit at?
Right.
Somebody
Yeah.
put one out there that has like all these movies, like Citizen Kane and Jaws, and then somebody cats is in
in the
there.
corner.
And everybody's like cats. And
I
I'm
know.
like, why are you? No.
But you have to accept it now. It's out there, and we can't do anything about it. So we might as well embrace
Cats,
it.
you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do pot and go see that.
Yes, you're going to do the pot.
I'm going to do
is,
the
is
pot.
that what people your age call it? Mark?
Yeah. So we're gonna do the pot, which is so funny because I was hanging out with my dad on Sunday, and my dad saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, what do you think?
And he loved it.
It's good. Yeah.
And which I was shocked at, because the reason he loved it, this is gonna sound awful, but back in his day, he's like, those motherfucking hippies at the end, and I'm just like, he's like, I loved it, and I was like, oh my God, Dad.
Yeah.
So he was so into it, but I have no point to this. What was? Oh yeah, and he started talking about like he's like always walking around doing the drugs, and I'm like, the drugs, Dad?
The drugs.
And he's like, yeah, they're always smoking that grass. I'm like, oh my God, grass.
Yeah.
Smoking
Oh, that's
the grass.
right. I haven't heard heard the word grass in a
Grass
while.
is
Which you would think,
70s.
That was back in the
80s
day.
is dope,
right?
right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
90s, I don't know what 90s was.
No.
And
Reefer was 40s, right?
Reefer,
Yeah.
Wait,
50s,
reefer was
60s.
pot?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Reefer
didn't know
Madness.
that.
Yeah, Reefer
Oh,
Madness.
okay.
Legendary.
So,
film.
so he goes down this lane of like the drugs and the this and the
Right.
grass, and I'm like, Dad, I hate to break it to you. And he's like, what? I'm like, I smoke the grass. And he's like, oh, get out of here. No,
Just
you
like,
don't. I'm
Just like
inhale,
Willie
though?
Nelson, and look at him now.
Yeah,
he
I'm
seems
like-
very relaxed.
I'm like, Dad, you
And
know,
old.
And
it's,
old.
it's
Yeah.
a medical condition. That's why I use it. He's like, oh, that's bullshit. And I'm like, all right, thanks, Dad. Good talk. Good talk.
So he's a Rick Dalton fan.
Yeah, he's a big dog. He's apparently a fan. And then I tell him, I'm like, oh my God, Dad, he's a World War II like buff. We were talking
Yeah.
about that the other day. Like Roxy mentioned, she's like, she didn't know how to say it when you're like, you don't want to say World War II like, oh, I love it. No, it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
history. And he was a history teacher before he went and became
An
a lawyer.
aficionado, not a connoisseur.
Aficionado. And I'm like, Dad, if you liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you're going to love Inglourious Bastards.
Yes.
And he's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's set in World War II, but it's an alternate history."
There are
on,
no
like,
hippies.
Yeah, there are no
that's
hippies, no grass,
Or grass.
no grass. And I'm like, and it's about Hitler and how
Yeah.
Hitler is taken down in Inglourious Bastards. And he's like, "I don't know." I'm like, you just got done saying you loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's kind of a similar thing here. It's an alternate
Right.
revisionist history, but set in World War II.
Is this
Dad.
the first Tarantino movie he's seen?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he's like, he doesn't seem as agreeable as you are. Is that why you're so agreeable?
agreeable on movies.
Just in life, because
just
you're
in-
like the nicest person.
Thank you
unless
very
somebody
much.
pisses you off.
Unless somebody pisses
Yeah.
me off, then I'm pushed too far. He's old and set in his ways, and I mean, like when the invention of email came around,
The invention
and,
of email.
yeah, and there were computers.
Eureka! Email!
And he literally, my dad did this. He went, I can't.
Aw.
I don't. Where's
But
the,
you know that's going to be all of us at some
that-
point.
I don't know. And then he just gave
Yes.
up. And so then his people that worked with him knew that they couldn't send an email. They would have to write a Post-it and put
Right.
it on the door or tell his secretary and say
Which is
this.
what you're
this, this.
used to, man. Yeah.
So yeah, so
We're
to this day, my favorite exchange was when he figured out how to text on his iPhone, and he's like, "I think I'm sending a text right now," and it came to me, and I just wrote him back, "Fuck you." Wow. And he didn't respond, and so when I saw him later, I'm like, "Dad, did you ever get my text?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, pull up your phone. And he pulls up his phone, and I go, okay, and I go down the list. I'm like, here's my text back to you. And he goes, hey, and when did I get this? He had no
Aw.
idea. So,
But I'm
that's
telling
Dad.
you, man, that's going to be us one day with technology.
No.
Technology keeps changing. I'm already feeling old with my phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. Aren't you guys?
Yes.
See?
I'm
So we're-
experiencing my mom who got an iPhone recently.
Does
yeah.
she
And
just
she
texting
likes
you
to
emojis?
call me on the Messenger, Facebook. You can call people on Facebook Messenger.
Okay, yeah.
That's hysterical.
that's
Yeah.
So if
horrible.
I don't, so now my mom has 3 different ways to reach me. She'll call me on the regular phone, then she'll
FaceTime.
call me on FaceTime,
Yeah.
and then she'll call me on Facebook Messenger
At the same time?
No,
To make sure
yeah,
you pick
the
up?
same day to make sure I pick up, but I still ignore them all. So now I'm guilty 3 times over. I feel
Oh,
guilty
there
3
you go.
times over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So
mom always
it's
on
Don't tell her
Facebook.
about Skype.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
My mom shares these posts that you share on people's pages,
Yeah.
especially dog posts. She's always sharing them.
Is this
She's
on Facebook?
On Facebook. She's like, "Have you seen this?" And it's to my direct message, so
Oh,
nobody
wow.
else
Yeah.
has seen it. And I'm like, "This is a great post, Mom. Why didn't you share it?" She's like, "How? What?"
That was my New Year's resolution 2 years ago. I got rid of Facebook. It's not
know.
deactivated because
Yeah.
they will take down. I have an artist page,
Right,
And
right.
if I take down one, they'll take
They'll
down
take
the
down
other.
the other.
Yeah.
But I wrote a little memo saying, "Here's my email. You can email me here and." See ya. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
It felt like homework. I was just going,
Yeah.
okay, what a notification. And I wouldn't let anyone post to my page. I'm just ticking that, checking it just to get that number to disappear. You know?
Yeah.
I've been falling away from Facebook. I get
Oh, yeah.
I get
I
messages,
rarely go
message
on.
requests.
I only go for literally the Collider Live group because
That's what I do.
people there are so cool and funny and
Oh,
talented
just
and
cut it
nice.
out. Just
so
cut
it's,
it
they
out.
are.
Just
They're
cut
the
it
best.
out.
They
Brown
love
nosing,
you.
brown
John.
nosing.
They love you, John.
Listen, I
so
do
yeah,
that
how
too.
do you like them too? Because
Yeah,
they
but
love you.
I don't pander to them, so they love me.
Oh, now somebody's
she's
gonna
a
make
Collider
a
Live
meme.
fan shill right
Can
now. Yeah,
somebody
she is.
make a Collider Live Live shirt of my face that says
Stop being
Collider
a
Live
shill for the
Collider Live
Facebook
shill,
group.
because they pay very well to mention it
exactly.
here on the show.
And then we got a Christian shirt, right? The Galaxy
Gate.
Galaxy
Yeah.
Gate.
Galaxy
Oh, Galaxy
Gate.
Gate is great.
So we should start selling merch.
Let me ask you, I've never been on a show with you, so are you allowed to talk about, like, does your dad have issues with technology like our parents do sometimes?
Dude,
He's on Twitter
Your
a lot.
dad's a baller on
Yeah,
Twitter.
he's a baller on Twitter.
And
Like,
he
does
knows
have
how to do it.
anything?
He does it all on his own. It was funny because like when he first discovered YouTube,
Yeah.
he was like, it was like 10, 15 years ago. He's like, look at this. You click on a video, and then it'll suggest another one, and then you can watch the one. I'm like, yeah.
He just keeps going down.
There's you'll find rabbit holes here.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
can't imagine your dad doing that, because then ultimately it's going to lead to a speculation video on Star Wars on how he's Rey's father or something. And then,
I have
and
so
I can just
many of those,
imagine your
those
dad.
clickbait articles in my recommendation because I think I watch YouTube more than Netflix or HBO
Well,
Go.
yeah.
I
Well,
watch
out
this
of-
show.
Yeah.
Out of all of us, like, or all our friends,
When
like,
she's not on.
Well, obviously,
Right.
But no, because you're the one that I think listens to podcasts the most and watches like
Yeah.
actual YouTube, like
Yeah.
talk. What do you call it now? Talk TV on YouTube, like,
Yeah.
that type of stuff, right?
Video-
Like
They're
Yeah,
called
that's-
talkies.
The
I
talkie-
hear that's
Yeah.
on YouTube.
because it's not vloggers, it's the podcasters. What
But
are
I
we
get
guys?
so
I don't
many
know.
of those, 10 reasons why Ryan Johnson ruined my life.
Right.
And,
And you're like, me too.
yeah.
Click.
No, but I wish there was a way to kind of
Get away from
customize.
that?
Yeah, because I'm watching other Star Wars stuff, so they assume well.
Right.
And these things are getting a ton of traction
Oh,
because
yeah.
people love to hate.
I know.
Speaking of Star Wars, what's that on your shirt, Nathan?
Oh,
that's cool.
Nice segue there. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe you should start watching the episodes I'm on, dummy. No, I'm kidding.
Did you?
Oh my God! Should we just all do it? just that's our thing, right? We take it to.
Where's knapsack?
Yeah, where is knapsack? He's
Yeah.
flipping us off from his new place.
Yes,
Probably.
Yeah.
Dealing with bugs.
Sense it.
Yeah, he can feel it.
Yeah, there's a T-shirt we just launched at midnight.
Sorry. No,
and,
just
it's
as
a-
I point, it's right
yeah, there
behind
you
you.
go.
Lavaware.
This is one of my favorite designs that you did, and I actually framed that print.
I found a handful of them that I was saving. Like the print was released in 2014.
Yeah.
and I had a handful left that I was going to bring to conventions, and I just was lazy or forgot. And yeah,
I jumped.
Yeah.
I jumped at this one. It's framed. It's hanging in my little living room, which also doubles as my apartment. And this is now on.
It really does.
at
yeah.
the Threadless.
And what did you call the actual
oh,
artwork again?
It's called My Father, My Lord.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah,
Great
it's
title.
really cool, man. Like
So,
I didn't know
thanks.
you were talented and
Yeah.
stuff. No.
No, but yeah, the print we that was a limited thing, so we won't be reissuing that. But this is a way.
Yeah,
That's a
it's so
great Twitter
fucking
banner.
cool.
Like if you
Yeah.
have Twitter, that's
Oh,
a great
it is.
banner.
Yeah, that's
right?
my- yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that design. So where can people get this shirt now?
My Threadless shop, nathanhamill.threadless.com. It's up there for $24.99, not 25.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can see, guys.
Yeah.
You can see this design if you want to check it out. Please, nathanhamill.com.threadless.
Yeah, and since we're doing plugs, I'll get this out of the way.
Yeah,
Please.
is he leaving or is it, why are you
Yeah.
doing the plug?
Yeah,
show?
thanks for coming, Nathan. And
That's
that'll
the
do
show,
it for
guys.
Collider Live.
but also tomorrow.
Thank you. I was waiting for
Wow,
that.
the short one.
Yeah. Fridays are always a
Done.
I'm going
very
to see
short
Christian
show.
at Galaxy Edge. I'll be back.
Give him a
That's
turkey
good.
leg.
You're gonna get in. He's still gonna be outside.
But no, one more thing I want to promote is the every Saturday on Instagram at 3 p.m. we do a comic strip I do with Eric Philip Kowski called Two Dumb Dinos.
Oh,
so
love it.
Oh.
there'll be
Yeah.
a new one tomorrow that
Nice.
it involves Crocodile Dundee hats. So.
That's what it is.
Is it
It's actually really funny, you guys. Have you read it?
Is it IGTV
I read
or
it all the
IG?
time. I
Like
follow
you-
the
on
account. Yeah.
Instagram?
No, it's just on my account, but we also have a Two Dumb Dinos account, and it's just you just swipe through.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So we're limited to 10 panels.
That's awesome.
Because
Isn't that a good idea? Though? It's
It's so
basically the new
brilliant.
way of reading comic strips. Like if you don't pick up the newspaper anymore,
Yeah.
you can just follow Instagram
It
accounts
started
and
with
scroll through them.
iPads a few years ago when you
Right.
could go panel by panel,
Like
or
the
frame by frame.
Comixology.
Comicsology,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now people, this is a
I'd like to
Brilliant.
I'd like to look into maybe putting it on that too. But
So you
yeah,
can
check
have
it
the
out.
whole, like all of the panels
No,
in one.
I like having it so you can't see
Yeah.
what's coming
Right.
next. Because if you're looking at a traditional comic strip, your eye will you'll see something in your
That's true.
periphery. Yeah,
What's
so.
what was your inspiration? Like what are your influences comics or
Life in Hell, Matt Groening.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
it's aping the Akbar and Jeff, where they're
Yep.
they're 2D. You'll never see these characters straight on because it doesn't exist. It's
Right.
not. They're paper cutouts. You know, so.
It's old school, and to your point, yeah, the Matt Groening stuff, and then I see a little Far
Because I
Side
worked
in
for
there.
him.
I
Yeah.
know.
Far Side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Far Side, and I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes and Far Side books. Every time there was a new book, I would just buy that thing and just
Yeah.
eat it up. And this reminds me.
Well, I
of
used
that.
to work for Matt Groening, and when he did Life in Hell for I think 32 years. Or something like that.
Jesus, yeah.
We're entering year 2, so we're getting there. But but I would when I worked at Bongo Comics, which was his publishing company, every Friday he'd do the strip, and I was the one who would wait. I couldn't make plans on Friday in case he was late with it. Like, I'm not going to make that concert or whatever. You bring it down, I would scan it and clean up, little pencil marks or whatever, and then put it up on an FTP site. So I was the first person in the world to be able to read.
Yeah.
Have the pleasure of reading.
That's
Life in
pretty
Hell,
cool,
so.
man.
And you're a huge fan, so that must have been
Yeah.
a real treat.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you guys still watch The Simpsons?
I do actually.
No.
I fell asleep to
Really?
it last night. Yeah, I still put on The Simpsons and laugh my ass off.
So it's still good. I haven't seen it in so
you know
long.
what? I'll say this: I haven't really kept up on the new episodes, but I do see them. While they filter down to
Right.
FXX and just kind of put it on in the background. I do the same thing with Family Guy. Family Guy and Simpsons are like my two standbys
To go to sleep to?
To go to sleep to. Yeah, which is hysterical because there was a time that Family Guy and Robot Chicken, we would watch that.
yeah.
And so then when Julie and I were at a holiday party, we ran into Seth Green, and I was like, hey man, finally met him for the first time, and I'm like, yeah man, we fall asleep every night to Family Guy and Robot Chicken. He's like, my God, you must have nightmares. I'm sorry, and I'm like, no, it's good. It's really funny. So, anyways, we got for the show today, guys, lots of news to discuss. We are going to get to MoviePass. MoviePass is literally the worst company of all time. They are
They're in the
literally
running. It's them and then Enron.
Enron, right? There was a big update that
Halliburton.
dropped yesterday. That is, it's like fiction but real. So we're gonna get into that and some other news, and then towards the end of the show we will take your live calls. But I do want to address something that a lot of people tagged me on, and I can understand why. This is making the rounds, and
That Ray is Shmi.
that Ray. We had this conversation. Wait.
That's why you said it, right?
I'm gonna
Because you watched the show yesterday.
I'm gonna
right?
put a
watched
pause
Rule of
on
Two.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a pause on that.
Sure.
And
I just wanted
and
to
bring this
derail
up.
your train of
I
thought.
love that you did because there's this. It's a theory that all of a sudden has become something, and people are talking about it. And I didn't do the world
Was
any
it from
favors.
Reddit?
But
Do you think
it was
that-
from
Or Twitter?
Reddit?
Do you
Okay.
think it's a theory because there's like no
news.
nothing happening in Star Wars,
Exactly.
and that's what people are coming up
That's
with?
exactly what happened. So Fernandez had the great idea. He comes over and he's like, "What's today's show like?" The rumors that piss us off. I'm like, I love that. Let's do that.
Because the other topics are Star Wars Episode 9 will have a running time.
Right.
Like that's
Exactly.
we're really grasping at straws
And
here.
yeah,
And
it's
will
like,
also be in theaters.
Yeah.
But,
24 frames a second, everyone.
These leaked plot details reveal there are droids. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. But it was essentially.
There are no
it's
hippies in this one.
There's no hippies in this one. There is grass though.
The Jedi's, they're space hippies. Come on.
Well,
Oh, of course.
the Jedi.
Everybody,
Come on.
Yeah.
Become
you
one
wanna-
with the Force.
everybody
you want a
in
death
Jabba's
stick?
palace.
Yeah. So this Redditor, and you know what? To give credit where credit's due, I find it a fascing theory.
Yeah.
I find
It's
it
a
on
clever-
paper. It's clever.
But it's time travel.
It's essentially it's Rey. So Palpatine uses the world between worlds to go
to pull her from the past.
to pull Rey from the future.
From the future, that yeah.
Because she's so powerful.
Okay.
And then place her into the past so that Palpatine can then impregnate her to create the chosen one. And so he places her in on Tatooine. She then inevitably becomes a slave.
Right.
Is then carries a child, and this person that Rey was is Shmi Skywalker.
I have a lot of questions.
I have many questions.
Well,
okay, first of all,
clearly these fans like the grass.
Yeah. Talk about
we were
grass.
texting about this after I watched, or while I was watching Rogue 2, and why would he not travel to the future, or if he's bringing her back, why impregnate her? Why not just make her his apprentice at that point?
Right.
It's sexist.
Yeah, right.
And
If
also-
you're bringing her back, now it's like, henceforth he'll be known as Darth Vader. Sure, it's you.
Well, that's the thing that comes through with this theory. One of the greatest things, and then yet now in retrospect, maybe one of the worst things that Star Wars Rebels ever did was to show that world within worlds, because it has now sparked all kinds of theories that everything is possible. Because once time travel is technically possible in the Star Wars universe, anything can happen.
You're so right.
I mean, if they bring Michael J. Fox in, but
and the second thing is this. There is no way Rey would let herself become a slave. There's just the way you've built her to be. It's such a foundationless theory because it totally erodes what she's been over the last 2 films and what they've built her up as. You're almost in essence kind of in a sexist way, kind of taking away her power and turning her into an easily manipulated person who can become a slave and just be used as a carrier of another man. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, she's also, not a slave because she's a Mary Sue. So,
Right.
I don't get involved in the Mary Sue stuff. But I don't know enough.
people
about
are also
that shit.
this theory kind of picked up some speed because they people were saying Kevin Smith had that quote where he said he knows what the last scene is and it's going to blow your mind. So this kind of fits into it. It would be shocking.
Isn't it
but
interesting?
That's not
Yeah.
necessarily good.
It's interesting that Kevin Smith can come out and say the last scene is going to melt your brain, right?
Yeah.
And it's like he was on set and he was asking to see it, and people who knew were like, "Oh yeah, you can't. Oh my God, but don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to be spoiled." And so it started with what location. So we were taking questions from Rula 2, and it was like, what if she went back to Dagobah? Would that melt your brain? I was like, yeah, that could melt my brain. Sure.
I would just want to go back to planets that I grew up with.
Yeah,
that would
like-
be cool.
We'll find out she's actually Yoda.
Yeah, so Palpatine pulled her out of the future.
Pulled
and
out her
then-
ears a little bit.
Right, and then Luke realized this.
Yeah.
He pulls her from the past, puts her in the present during
Turn
Empire
it
Strikes
off,
Back.
turn it off.
Right? And then he uses the Force to morph her into Yoda because he needs to hide her, right? So bear with me here. Keep going. We're going to keep going. Then Luke trains with her because when he trained her in Last Jedi, and he pulled her from the. I can't anymore. This is fucking awful.
I was gonna say, how long were you gonna go? Because that was
I
impressive.
have no idea, but yeah, the Ray.
So
like,
AMC
it's fun.
MoviePass.
It's
So
fun.
yes, I was like, which one would I rather talk about?
So it's fine. It's a fun theory. Yeah, I truly believe.
I'd be surprised if
I don't think they're using time travel at all. I think
hope
it just doesn't. I love the idea of World Between Worlds. I loved how they utilized it in Rebels. I think it's a dangerous path to
not
go
gonna
down
do it.
for a movie. And
it's a
for
path
all
to the
that.
dark side.
It is the path to
That's
the
my
dark side.
favorite side. They have cookies and tacos.
They have.
You can't talk about the dark side wearing a B-52 shirt.
Why not? The B-52s are awesome.
There's
They're
nothing
super
dark about the
cosmic,
B-52s.
But they're cosmic.
Do you want me to play Rome for you and tell me how dark that is?
No. Planet Claire.
Is their names on Rome?
52 girls.
If their names are on Rome,
Legal
then it counts.
tender. I can.
Rock lobster.
That's a good one too.
If Fat
Takes
Elvis
you-
gets bashed,
takes you to the
so could the
universe.
B-52s
They
of Rome.
probably hang out and dance with Thanos.
Guys,
is all
we've
I'm
been
saying.
muted this whole time. I just found out from Cody.
Cody and Alex in the booth. During
your favorite,
during
right?
that
The
Star
ding.
Wars section, were you guys doing anything? Did you hold
Were you
up
taking
signs?
any dick pics?
Did you mute us? Did you take dick pics?
I wanted to do all the above.
There's still time.
Oh my God, I love Cody. All right, so we're gonna switch gears from Shmi Skywalker theories.
Thank
sorry about
God.
that.
And no, I'm glad you brought it up. I actually wanted to talk about it with you because we did have
I'm
that,
so
that
happy.
It
wonderful
was either going to be on
enlightening-
here or having lunch after this.
Right,
yeah,
right.
so.
But-
will now be called Shmi.
Yeah. Now, forever you've been known as Ray Shmi Skywalker.
And he's the baby.
Not to make it a little bring it down, but I was tagged a lot on this particular story, and I do want to mention it because I do have thoughts, obviously, as a dog lover and a dog person.
Oh, yeah.
So I did put it on here. The LAPD is now, and there's news to this. LAPD is now investigating YouTuber who appeared to abuse a dog in
Right,
a
I
video.
heard about
Did
this.
you guys see the
Appeared?
footage?
I
She
saw
did.
like a few seconds of it and I turned it off
It's
because I
awful.
couldn't watch it.
It's awful. It's fucking A. Like,
Yeah.
why? Like,
I don't know,
I've
man.
never seen somebody like.
It's horrible to see people be violent to other humans, let alone
And
a
as of
completely
yesterday,
defenseless innocent animal.
her YouTube channel is still up. And so
YouTube
you
channel
think
is
that
still up.
maybe,
Yeah,
you want to.
and as the story goes, it's like she was doing a lot of videos about this dog and being like, "Look at me with my dog and this, and that." And
So it's a prop for her.
if it sure feels like that, and I want to be careful. I don't want to like. She has been
I hate prop comics.
dragged on Twitter, and
Did she
rightly so.
apologize?
Yeah.
She apologized, and it was. I'm sorry, a bullshit.
It was
apology.
what she said. She only did it
was
once.
a bullshit apology because here's the thing with dogs. They don't know if you're having a bad day. They don't know if you're dealing with stuff outside of your life that might affect everything. Because she brought up, just so you know, I've been dealing with things on the outside and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, again, this dog has no idea, nor do they fucking care. You know what they care about? You. They come in and they see you, they jump, they whine, they get excited, they lick your face, they want to be fed, and they want to go out and take a shit. That's what they want to do. And they love you
simple love.
unconditionally.
Very simple
and
life.
I watched this dog come over to her and lick her face and watch her push it, slam it to the ground, and spit on it. She even said, I didn't spit on my dog. And it's like, you know what? There is actual video
That's
proof.
that's traumatizing for an animal, and that's what I understand because so many people are like, oh, this type or this breed of animal is violent, and I'm like, no, it's because it grew up abused,
Right. And
like
then
it's
she
not,
did-
it's not that. That's like it's like the same with humans. Like people don't grow up to be racist or homophobic or like they grow up being taught that.
Yes, and here's the thing where I saw it because I've seen it. I've been around dogs my entire life. The Leia that I rescued had a thing with men when we first got her because she
Like a
was
good or a
put,
bad thing?
It was a bad thing. She was put. The backstory on Leia was Leia and two of her litter mates were put in a chicken coop in Temecula. And she was freezing to death and about to die because it was snowing. It was back in February when we had all that rain and it was actually snowing on certain places. And when the rescuers came, they got her, they rehabilitated her, then she came to me. And they said, we think that the person that was taking care of her was a man, abused them because Leia was like, when she saw men, and she still does this a little bit, but she's so much better now.
Yeah.
She would be like, oh, fuck you. Oh, what? But
Well,
Same
that's
thing
how
with
your
my sister's
sister's
dog,
dog.
Mabel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that shit gets imprinted on you. So the part that truly broke my heart about this was there was some cuts and everything, and then she went like this, and the dog went, and I said, oh, it's been imprinted.
Yeah.
It's now afraid. If somebody raises it, does this.
I know.
And that is what broke my heart. And so there's really no point to this. Justice is being served, in my opinion. The LAPD is investigating. She's getting dragged on Twitter. I mean, I went down that rabbit hole, and rightly so. But I did want to comment on it because a lot of you out there, Collider Live fans, have tagged me. Obviously, I'm the dog guy, and it does sicken me, and it makes me think of Leia, who does the same thing.
Right.
Leia, when I try to work out in the morning, she's like, she's like, what are you doing? And she's all up here, and I'm like, and it's like, how can you get mad at that? And that's what this dog was doing. It was like, hey, Mom, what are you doing? It's like, clip, 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 clip. It's like.
She's mentally ill. I mean, the fact that she spit on the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, people.
Yeah,
the
but
people,
there's mentally ill people though that don't like attack other humans or animals.
Right,
So,
yeah.
The thing
But there's definitely like she definitely has issues.
She has issues, and again, these dogs, cats, animals, they do not have the ability to. I mean, they do. This dog could like bite her, and that. But I don't know how old the dog is, and it just it sucks to see. And so, go hug your pet. Seriously, it's like you see this, and a lot of people started doing this, and that's if you can get a positive out of this, is that everybody started sharing some pet videos and
it's
pet
also just
pictures
respecting life in general, like not just human life, but animal life. Like I was dumb as a kid, and I used to just kill bugs.
Just as a kid?
Now I'm dumber. But no, I used to just
I'm enjoying
honestly.
Nathan. I like Nathan.
When he comes in, you guys gang up on me. I don't like it. This is your last show. But I used to
eyeing
be
that
like
seat.
a dummy about bugs. Like people are always scared of bugs, so I would be the one to kill a spider and things like that. And I used to like doing it. And now I feel so bad. Like once you learn like a respect for life, I'm like, no, this is a live being that I should just be like, dude, we're chill. Like I don't need it's bizarre to me that anybody would want to hurt something else.
Yeah,
that's why I don't get hunting. I know people that do it for survival. That's something that I get, but when you are just doing it for sport, I think that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, this girl had played a lot of video games.
Oh.
A lot of bad
I'm glad they
movies.
took those
Too
out of
soon.
Walmart.
She must have seen a lot of Hollywood movies.
Just
Hollywood
throwing
really
all those
warped
turtle
her.
shells at everyone.
Yeah,
Banana peels at
all
the
of it.
Flex driver. Yeah,
All of
so
it.
violent.
That's my thoughts on that, and everybody's thoughts. Something's going to happen. I hope they take the dog because she's not.
Yeah,
she's
they
not.
should take
She's
it.
not right for a dog. She doesn't have the temperament.
I hope that dog becomes a YouTube star without her.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be
that
great.
would be.
I'll
that
take it.
would
I'll
be-
subscribe.
Yeah.
Get that blue check
All of a
mark.
sudden, the video opens and the dog, is,
But it's just that's all he's
and then
doing.
a graphic pops up.
And then the dog just goes.
Yeah, it's just like
With the Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
yeah.
I miss
What
that
button
guy.
here pushes and calls your mom to pick you up? I love it. So there
So
it is.
good.
That's
The correct
our
answer
thoughts
is
on
who
that.
gives a shit.
Who gives a shit? But something that's really fun, another bit of news that will just lighten your day. The Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this? I love this because Field of Dreams is one of my favorite
It's
movies.
a good movie.
That's one of those movies at the end where
Don't
it's
tell
like,
me. I've never seen it. Don't tell me.
What?
No spoilers.
Have you not seen it? Or are you just joking?
You have
Okay.
never,
never
seen
seen it.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Well, but you're not into sports as much, right?
We're gonna remedy this.
I'll see it when Christian
Is
sees
it-
the thing.
Oh, great.
That's fair.
Actually,
Wait, but-
before that,
Because you weren't interested because it's a sports movie, or you just never saw it?
just never saw it. Yeah, I've seen other sports movies.
Like
well,
what?
I won't ruin the ending then.
Rudy,
Rudy.
The ending, I'll just say,
You're like-
dodgeball.
I'm assuming you love your father.
Yeah.
It's just, okay, good.
He's all right.
It's going to get you then because it is
yeah.
a really
yeah. No, I know the
kind of the beats. And
You're like,
the
is
whole
Young
thing.
Guns 2 a sports movie?
Yeah. hey, it is. Let's finish the game. We shall finish the game.
You guys are gonna have to explain that to me one day.
What's that?
Our
Young
love
Guns
for-
2?
You like that damn movie?
Field of
Oh,
Dreams?
yeah.
No,
Young Guns
Young
2.
Guns 2.
Do you not like any of the Young Guns movies?
I love the first one.
But not
First
the
one,
second
great.
one.
First one.
Why
Second
don't you
one?
like the second
Well,
one?
you take a dip in talent.
Oh.
With Balthazar Getty and Cameron Ruck do not hold a candle.
Cameron
to
Ruck. Alan Ruck.
But you have
Alan Ruck.
you
I
whatever.
love how you
Christian-
said
you have
Cameron,
Christian
though. That's
Slater.
Ferris Bueller.
So-
You do have Slater, but
Yeah.
Slater
and
back,
what's his name?
Pat
William
Garrett,
Pat
Peterson,
Morita.
William Peterson.
Oh, William Peterson as
Peterson.
Pat Garrett, sure. But then I mean, the Young Guns were what I saw in the movie, in the first movie.
Right,
Casey Shamasco,
Yeah.
fantastic. Dermot Mulroney. These are great actors in the first movie. You got Jack Palance. You can't hold a candle to Jack
You have
Palance.
James Coburn.
You do
pretty
it?
good.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah,
have Coburn.
James Coburn.
Oh yeah,
So is it more
Terrence
'cause
Stamp
you're-
in the first
Terrence
one. He was
Stamp in the
great.
first one.
Yeah.
So it's more because you're used to like the original cast.
I just
is
wanted
what
them to do better, and I thought that I think I don't buy Emilio Estevez as an old man. Everyone can whisper,
But-
act, and play old. You know.
Alvin Silvestri. The
Alan
score.
Silvestri.
Oh, Alan
Silvestri.
Silvestri.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Takes
good.
the first one
good
had
score.
sort of a
I was like
rock
Alvin and the
score.
Chipmunks?
You know, it
Yeah.
But I like
Here's
the
a hot
first one
take.
too.
I like the Young Guns score more than Alan Silvestri's Young Guns 2. I
Who
love
did the
that
first
rock.
one?
I don't know. It's somebody that every time I look it up,
I
it's
forget.
yeah, it's John Cena.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, John Cena. A musical.
What can he do?
What can he do?
Bring up the violins.
But going back to Field of Dreams, this is just a cool story. Did you spit all over yourself?
No, fine. But going from Field of Dreams into Young Guns 2 and then John
gonna
Cena.
happen.
It's something that only,
John Cena.
it can only happen on this show, and we promote that here on
So,
Collider Live.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. There is a game that's actually going to be played at that
Yep.
field.
Oh, okay.
Where they built the baseball diamond
Okay.
in the cornfield in Iowa, and it's going to be the Yankees versus the White Sox, which I think is
Are there
what's
gonna
funny?
be
It's a pretty
baseball
damn-
player ghosts?
And the ghosts are showing up.
Cool.
The ghosts
I
are
wanna
going to be
go.
there.
Before the
I don't
show
even like
started-
baseball,
Ghosts,
but I'll go
it's-
for ghosts.
It's not the Yankees and the White Sox that are actually playing right now.
Okay.
It's the ghosts that have played.
Sweet.
So
You know
they're
what's
all
great?
going to show up.
Before the show started, Riley's like, "Can you do all the news?" I'm like, "Totally, I'll do all the news." And here's Riley presenting all the news. I love
Just
it.
that.
But here's the
No, that's because that's why he went like that.
yeah, because he's like, "Don't bring this out."
We still have news.
This is a
I
great.
want
I'm
you
not-
to
I'm
do
not-
that.
I'm not
Over.
talking about any of that now. The
Jesus.
8,000 seat stadium they're building there, an 8,000 seat. So it's
Wow.
going to be,
Yeah.
and it's. I don't know I don't know yet if it's an official game that'll count in the standings or if it's a tribute game.
Like an exhibition
Yeah.
type thing?
So
Okay.
they're going to build out the field so it looks like, because the field's there still and people go and visit it
Still
all the
the
time.
benches and everything
The benches
and-
are all there. So it's going to be, they're going to build an 8,000 seat stadium
And
there.
where's this? Iowa?
In Iowa.
That's
no,
really
it's,
cool.
what
Yeah.
is it in
Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Iowa.
I thought it was heaven. No, this is just
Oh, booyah. Watch the movie. Watch the movie. You'll get it. But with
Like
that being
heaven,
said,
boom.
hey, John Roken, you want to do some news?
No, I don't feel like
You
it now.
fucking son of a bitch. Fine.
No, you
You
want
had
to do
your
the movie
chance.
pass?
Let's do some news.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's
MoviePass?
do.
The main topic?
Let's do the main topic.
Okay.
Let's do movie topic.
So what
movie talk?
happened, John?
No,
what
MoviePass.
is this why
John,
is this
break it
company
down
the
for me.
worst
Riley,
ever?
Riley, tell me what happened. Apparently,
No, I want you to tell me.
so apparently, MoviePass was changing people's passwords so that they couldn't use it to buy tickets to go see movies to save themselves some money in this whole situation. Like, there's such a level of violation.
How did they do that, and how
'Cause they
how was
control-
this proof too? Like how
A
was this
Business
proved?
Insider did a 4-month investigation into
Wow. Oh
my
MoviePass. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's job
And,
security.
and
4
who were
months,
they?
great.
Were they targeting like people that were using it too much, or what was
Yes,
what happened?
and they had lost some cash because of Mission Impossible, Fallout, and all these other films that had come in and people were going to see it multiple times,
Right.
or going around circumventing the
And
system.
these are these are the big releases
Yeah,
that are
the
coming
big
out
releases,
that everybody
right.
wants to see. So
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
use your thing.
yeah.
why would they think they could get away with this? This is so weird.
Yeah.
I read the article and it was something like employees. What do they call it? It was like tripwire. It was like something they were waiting for the tripwire. Somebody
Right.
trips over it and then it just dominoes and they have to
Yeah.
deal with it all day. And if they got through one day without the tripwire, they were like, "Oh, that's a fucking good day."
I'm
Oh my
confused
God.
as to like how much money were they losing via this? Like why would they do this?
Millions of
because you're
dollars
basically
daily.
Yeah, I was on MoviePass when it was 30 to 40 a month because I was
Okay.
like, that makes sense because I was going to movies all the time.
Yeah.
And so to me, it made a lot of sense, and I had no problem paying the extra money because I was making money in the long run. But when it dropped to $9.99, I was like, this is great. But in my mind, as a businessman, I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It was short-sighted. They were bringing people in that maybe sell their data or
Yes.
it's like we'll deal with it later. Let's get the
Right.
money up front now, and
Right, because they must have gotten a lot of people when they announced that deal. They must have gotten an influx of cash. They're just been like, "Oh, great!"
That
and it's like
everyone signed up,
successful.
yeah.
And then when you look at it, it's like, "Oh, these people are going to see like the frequent users," which
Yeah.
was the most interesting part. Is those people are using what they thought is their right, and they're like, "Oh, I signed up for this plan," and they're going like, "I'm going to go see a movie this day. I'm going to go see a movie this day. I love Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm going to see it twice, so
Right.
I'm going to see that." I mean, that is.
Well, especially movies like that are meant to see in the big screen. Like I would just want to go watch like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood more times, just
Yeah.
because I like the way it was filmed. Right?
Exactly.
Like that's
But
That's
if
why
you
Stubbs is great.
Yeah, Stubbs. Yeah, and there's other services out there because they were rising up while this was like this fire was happening. It's
Right.
always that GIF I see where it's just like they're drinking the coffee and fires everywhere, and there's like everything's fine, everything's
Yeah.
fine. That was MoviePass.
Well,
but if you think about it, everybody's going to see these movies however many times a week. If let's say you have MoviePass and you go, okay, I'm going to go see Mission Impossible Fallout this weekend. I'm going to catch up on that movie I missed last week on a Tuesday, and I'm going to go see another movie, maybe a double feature. So it's like that could be
you're
like
gonna see the
$50
farewell one day,
Yeah.
crawl the next
Right.
day. That's what I'd be doing.
So let's say $50 a week for one person. That's the frequent usage,
Yeah.
right? $50 a week times however many people. That's how much money is there
the other
that they're
thing
not
was
getting.
Perry mentioned on Movie Talk yesterday
good
that
research, man.
yeah, I didn't go online. I get all my news from
From Perry.
I love this.
it's fake news.
Yeah.
But she was saying
Shittles.
that they're preying on people who this is something we all deal with
Yeah.
is forgetting our passwords. So they
Yes.
could do it, and you go, oh well, nothing abnormal, nothing abnormal here. But the question is, were they making it so they changed your password, but you could just change it back and it would,
Right,
it'd be a speed
exactly.
bump, or was it something where they were locking you out?
They were locking you out.
Yeah, like
That's
people.
sinister.
Because
That's
they
much
ran out of
worse.
money in July of 2018, then had to borrow $5 million in cash to keep afloat. But
which they lost in one day.
exactly. And the temporary loss of cash led to Lowe, who's the guy who runs this thing. He ordered that half of the subscribers be frozen out the weekend of the release of Mission Impossible Fallout. Other employees said that complaints started appearing online, leading MoviePass sent out that tweet that they were working on a fix towards the technical issues. But per Lowe's orders, big blockbusters would no longer be available on the app, and they enforced what they called a tripwire, which is an automatic shutdown mechanism, which is what Riley was mentioning, for all users that would be activated if MoviePass went past a certain amount balance. So everybody got locked out after it went to a little bit.
What happens if you were one of those people affected and called them and be like, I need help resetting my password? Like, what
Have you
BS
ever
were they
dealt
telling
with
them?
MoviePass
No, I know,
customer
but that's what I'm
service?
Yeah,
wondering.
John, I heard about this.
You got to go through 10 different countries. Like it clues you.
Okay.
They pass you on and on, or they go, try it now, try it now, try it now, and then once it doesn't work a few times, they lose the connection. They hang up on you.
It's
mind-blowing.
just a
That's
smoke
crazy.
screen.
Yeah, it's
You're
just a
not
smoke
getting
screen.
that. It's like, oh, I must have forgotten my password. How many times have we done that? Okay, retrieve new password or create new password. That's not working. Well, then what's going on? Then you're just to go see a movie. You've wasted your entire day because you think you signed up to a
I miss
service.
movie phone.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
It's still happening. It's
That's
Miss
so-
Movie Found now. Gray Drake.
What's
Oh,
that?
oh,
She's
nice.
the new
That's-
Oh
movie
yeah,
phone.
yeah. Gray
That's
Drake is
cool.
is
Our
the
friend
Miss
Matt
Movie Phone.
As an aside, I want to point out the head of the company is named Lowe.
Yeah.
That's weird, like
L-O-W-E.
Lowe's Theater. Is that any
Oh,
connection?
I wonder.
Maybe
Yeah.
Mitch Lowe.
Maybe he's sabotaging it from the inside. It's an inside
But,
job.
like,
It's
how
an
much-
inside job. Oh
yeah,
my god.
maybe.
Right.
Maybe he's just like wanted like 10 houses all over the world instead of like 20.
Right.
Then he wouldn't need to do this. Is what I'm thinking.
Well, that's why
shady.
Stubbs works, because it's AMC based,
Right.
And one of the questions on Mailbag, one of the commenters commented, and they said, I used to work for AMC, and we were told all the time that 80% of the money comes from refreshments, not from the tickets.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
That makes
all
sense.
in house. That's why MoviePass doesn't work. It's not in house. Stubbs works because you have to go to AMC. You have to get the tickets. So we'll let you order the tickets ahead of time, but because once you get there, you're going to spend the money and get the refreshments. And if you're going to come back see a movie again, you're going to spend more money to get more refreshments.
Right.
So
It's just sad that they're just doing it. I mean, I don't know who specifically they were targeting, or if it's just like people that were using it too
Yeah.
much. But it's like most of these people just have families, and like this is something that they don't have to spend. Like if you have a family,
Oh, God.
it's
Yeah.
everything's so expensive. So I get it. Like if I had kids, I would just do this for my family and pay, the monthly membership and try to take advantage of that. So you're taking advantage of people that are most likely struggling financially,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
messed up.
It's a shitty thing all around, and
Yeah.
I mean that's got to be the final nail in the coffin. I mean, are they done?
every time you say that, they somehow find a way, somehow
yeah.
find money.
So I mean, I think it's going to make
MoviePass will find a way.
yeah.
But why are
I'm-
people leaving? That's the other question,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
People who don't know, who
Yeah.
hadn't seen the article.
It's a good point.
I think that's the point, Nathan. I think a lot of people, if maybe you are MoviePass subscribers and you didn't know about this,
If you don't watch Movie Talk or
if you
Collider
don't
Live.
watch Movie Talk, Collider Live,
If you're not a Collider
if you
shill.
hear it, precisely.
That's the other shirt I'm making.
Right. So that like maybe now you'll see this, and for me, I was doing I did the thing with MoviePass. I'm like, really? It's only that much?
Yeah.
Is this gonna work? Okay, let me try it. But
Hey, Alex.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured out the other day that I
Hi.
still had MoviePass.
Uh-huh.
did you really? Oh
yeah,
my
and so
god.
I kind of just want to keep it just to see what'll happen and if it'll work
But
out.
aren't
in
you
the end.
Wait, so are you using it at all or no?
No, I haven't used it since last year actually.
But you're still paying?
$10 a month.
yeah.
Why
But
are
at
you
least-
doing that,
See,
Alex?
I calculated it and I had seen 45 movies with my MoviePass.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty good. then.
So it's like
that paid for
that's-
itself.
I'm still paying for it, so it's like it's
But you
fine.
haven't used it in a year.
Correct.
So that's $120 that you have just given them, right?
It's hemorrhaging. Yeah.
So the next time you say I can't afford a drink or anything, just know that that's because you're
Yeah,
still on MoviePass.
And
now.
also,
I teach Cody about this a year ago, and he got mad about it. I'm teaching you about it too.
Is this Dad Roca? Is
Dad
Just saying.
Roca's coming out.
Cody,
So we actually figured it out. Alex is keeping MoviePass afloat, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of
I
yourself.
also had another subscription service which is called Cinemia.
Cinemia.
What's that?
It
What's
was
that?
It was $30 a month, and it worked the same way.
You're keeping
MoviePass
them
did,
afloat
but then
too, I guess.
ArcLight,
Yeah.
but you could use that at ArcLight.
Oh,
And
okay.
so that was
Oh.
advantageous for me. And then they shut me out when I started using it way too much.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did
Don't
that too.
create the
I
business.
cut off that one.
Oh my God! Well,
Anything
yeah,
that's
that's
third
that's
party is gonna
steep.
shut you out.
$30 a month is a little steep, but we'll see what happens with MoviePass. I'm going to be very interested to see if we can go even lower because I think we will.
So
I think
Alex,
we'll
you're
hit-
not gonna cancel it,
No, I kind of just want to see what happens now.
but are you
Okay.
gonna use it?
I respect that. I respect
I
that.
just tried logging onto it, and like I can log in, but then when I look at the movies that are available, it just says
It's Memphis Belle,
like-
and that's it.
yeah, service unavailable.
Service
Oh,
unavailable.
Okay.
It's only the art of racing or whatever.
Yeah, the art of racing in the rain. I got to see that. I'm talking about dogs.
Are you really?
Yes. I read the book. Sorry, guys. The book is phenomenal.
Right, but Costner sounds like he's laying on his couch recording the lines.
He
Right?
might be.
I
wouldn't-
love Kevin. I love Yellowstone, but he
I
just sounds
wouldn't
like
have
he's
put his voice in my head for the dog. I will
exactly.
say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say that. I had
Whose
something.
whose voice would you put?
I don't know who I
Who did
had
they
in
get
my-
for Look Who's Talking Now?
Yeah,
Remember
that one?
I don't. Yeah, John Cena.
Oh my God, John Cena would be great.
Walked right into that one.
Yeah.
My master didn't know.
Let's hit one more news story because I want to
Oh,
get
yeah,
this
okay.
update.
What do
Let's
you
talk
wanna do?
about Venom 2 because we
yeah.
got a little confirmation on
Right.
more Venom 2 news, and this one in particular I find interesting.
Yeah, Michelle Williams, right?
Yeah.
She is
coming
awesome.
back. I'm currently enjoying Michelle Williams in that Fosse Verdon show that was
Yeah.
on FX.
Right.
If you haven't seen this show, I swear to Christ, I think it's the greatest thing I've seen this year television-wise.
That's what
and
I've
that's
heard.
saying something.
Roxy and Josh were just raving about
It's
it.
so
Michelle
good.
Williams, and I've seen those clips of
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
Sam
She
Rockwell
is
too, right?
Sam Rockwell
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
just phenomenal acting in that.
And
of
Alex
her.
knows Lin-Manuel Miranda is part of this as well.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, a Golden Globe winner, Michelle Williams, that's an inside joke.
Oh,
She's
yeah, I didn't
confirmed
get
to
it.
Yahoo that she will reprise the role as Anne Wang in the sequel to Venom. And this is maybe getting someone like Andy Serkis to direct your film kind of gets that signature on the line.
Who
Right,
directed
no.
the first Venom?
Ruben.
It was Ruben Fleischer.
Ruben Fleischer, yeah. She'll be joining Tom Hardy. And remember when it ended at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
and I'm going to spoil it because I made 800 something women.
Yeah, you've
worldwide.
seen it if you haven't. You know.
Venom.
They were
Venom,
kind of manipulating her into this relationship, so it's an interesting ending, and we'll see how that plays out.
Well, that's
in the
Venom's
sequel.
character,
right?
right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's I'm impressed. I guess it's just money, right? Like the fact that this was so successful, even though critics didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like, but like for the actors to come back is, I think,
I'd
a
heard
big
so
deal.
much crap about it before that I went in with lower expectations, and I didn't love it, but it was
Yeah.
fine.
It
had
wasn't
its
as
moments.
bad as
Yeah.
everyone said it was.
Yeah,
It's not. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not
It's okay.
bad. It's just like there was some weird tone shifts for
Considering
me.
it was a Venom movie without Spider-Man, I thought
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty
And Tom
successful.
Hardy was fantastic.
Tom
Yeah.
Hardy was great, and so, but for this, it's like I never thought Michelle Williams would be coming back. I
Yeah.
literally went, nah, she's not coming back because one, I didn't think she had a lot to do in
Did you
Venom.
pull a Natalie Portman and Thor?
Yeah, well, something like that. But
Didn't that work out?
Your point, Roka, and
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I think Andy Serkis coming in, she might be excited over that.
Well,
she kind of says
she
as
says
much.
it. She says, "I'm such a fan of Andy's, and I'm so inspired by what he's been able to accomplish. He's so gifted in such a specific way, and I'm very excited to learn from him and to be around him." So,
Cool.
See, I take that as a very good sign, and I also take it as a great sign that she is coming back, and that Tom Hardy. We reported this the other day that Tom Hardy is also very involved with writing the script. I think they're going to learn from some of the critiques and the constructive criticism
Yeah.
that they got from the fans and critics, maybe for the first movie, that we can get something a little bit. For me, I wanted them to double down on that whole buddy cop thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
With Venom.
That
I
was the best
loved
part
that.
of the movie.
That was about when it got fucking weird. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
give me more of that, and give me more Michelle Williams. I want to know more about her character, and I
Right.
want her more involved. And with
Because
Andy
she's
Serkis,
she's a great actor.
she's such a fantastic actress. And then with Andy Serkis coming in doing motion capture, because that was another problem
Do
I
we
had.
know if he's playing anything? Is it maybe
He's
a villain?
gotta be.
He hasn't said.
maybe he hasn't said. He might just be directing this.
Do we know? I guess this is a spoiler. If that one character at the end that they teased,
Yeah, it's
Do you
going to
have-
be.
That's yeah.
You haven't
it's-
said if he's coming back. Have they said he's coming back?
I mean, I think
To play it?
I think every sign, and we'll just spoiler. If you don't want to know
Honestly,
the very,
skip to
very
this
end.
time.
850 million worldwide.
Yeah, but
it's not our responsibility.
Carnage is going to show up in this, and Woody, thank you. And
John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena will be playing Carnage.
Oh my God,
No.
that would be awesome.
Woody Harrelson is
I
obviously.
can't wait for this movie.
So we're gonna get Carnage in this thing, and what excites me about Andy Serkis is, hopefully, because the climax of Venom for me was a bunch of shit fighting each other.
Yeah.
And I couldn't kind of follow it.
John, you
Let
okay
it
there?
out. Let it out.
I just would love to.
Wait, can you do that and then we'll sing Venom, Venom, Venom.
I'm Venom. Is that what it was? Yeah. So I think we're gonna get a little bit. I think a more direct response to that. I think Andy Serkis will. Motion captures his game, so I think we're going to see some better usage of the symbiotes, and
Or
that
even
excites me.
just like, what did you guys see? Long Shot. He was in that, but he was in like full like other man suit makeup. And
When I
was
saw-
that CG or
when I
'cause
saw
that was
it's got to be practical
It was
because
both.
when I
It's
saw
practical,
his
right?
name pop up in the credits, I went, Andy Serkis was
Yeah,
in this?
look.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That is incredible.
He was fantastic
yeah,
too. Long
yeah.
Shot
He was
great.
basically playing like a Rupert Murdoch type
Was he
character.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he was
yeah.
really good.
He,
yeah.
he was great. So I'm excited. So that's some Venom 2 news. As far
Remember
as
when you met him, Nathan?
Ugh.
That
did you meet Andy Serkis?
At the Force Awakens premiere,
Yeah.
he was there, and I'm a little shy, so she went, yeah, just go, or my sister introduced us.
No,
and then,
I literally was like, because he got so excited.
It's just like they keep
Like-
just zooming in like it's this. I'm
But
sorry,
he's so
sorry.
creepy looking. But
It's
no,
so
Nathan was
hysterical.
so excited to meet him, but he never approaches anyone because Nathan's like very nice.
You are
and
very
he doesn't-
shy and-
Yeah.
and
Well, he's
nice
just nice.
and-
He doesn't want to like bother people. And
Yeah.
I was just like, come here, because we'd been drinking. So I was
So
like,
she introduces us, and I said, "Can I get a picture?" And I started doing this, like I was holding the ring, you know, like. And he was like, "What are you doing?" And I went, "Oh, it's the." And he went, "Hold on," and he took off his wedding ring and let me hold it. So there's a picture, and we're both looking at the ring,
That's
and
cool.
That's
That was
awesome.
my profile picture for
forever.
Yeah,
That would be my
55
profile
years.
picture.
that's a
Yeah.
good moment.
Everyone says he's the nicest guy.
yeah.
Everyone
He's
says
really
that.
nice.
Oh, he called into the Schmoes No Show at one
Oh,
point.
really?
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I want to say that, yeah. And
So
he was
did your dad.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
dad called in. That was
huge.
That was the legendary. It's Luke Skywalker, motherfucker.
And he did the tag, the
And he did the
the
he
Joker
did the
tag.
opening of the Schmoes No Show with the
Right.
Joker voice.
Yeah. Ellis
Yeah.
was really excited at the Force Awakens premiere because my dad remembered his name. And it's the joke on Seinfeld. They're like, you have something to talk about. You have the same name,
Yeah.
Jerry. Like, yeah, I know. But
I could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
hi,
yeah,
hi,
there you go.
Hi, Mark. Oh God. Mark, we have the same name.
I gotta
Can
go.
you do that next time you see him?
Yeah, if I see him, I'll do that. And tell the story that when I found out my parents almost named me Luke, I told everybody in the neighborhood, I'm no longer Mark, call me Luke. So that
Luke
was fun.
Ellis. Luke Riley.
Luke Riley.
You
yeah.
bunch of nerds.
I told my dad that story again. I was hanging out, like I said, on Sunday, and I was like, yeah, remember
Luke,
when
that sounds
I
like a
said
hippie
Luke?
name.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
name it for that Skywalker
But,
hippie.
but my dad, with
Luke
taking
Grasswalker.
all the credit in the world, was like, well, we named you that before Star Wars. It's like, I know you did.
Luke
That was the whole
Grasswalker.
point.
Can
Yeah.
somebody make a stoner parody of Star Wars? That'd be great.
Hey, man, it's like they're with the Force.
Just use the Force, man.
Just
it's fine.
fucking use it, man.
Just why are you using
Just-
the Force?
yeah,
then?
Let's go into
It's
Tachi
all
Station
good.
to pick up some bongs.
I was going to Natashi Station, man. The Force fucking controls everything.
You would think that'd be awesome. Han, Leia, and Luke just like smoking out one night after everything. Like, oh, dude.
I
Yeah,
picture
those
that.
moisture evaporators. Those, you know what those are? Those are giant bongs.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would totally
how'd you
think.
make that
That-
shot? How'd
Is
you
there
make that
any
shot?
moment-
That's impossible,
Han would
man.
believe in the Force.
in the original trilogy or any Star Wars movie where it wipes, and we cut to another scene, but it's like a big scene happens. Where would they be smoking pot? I say
At Jabba's
after Jabba's
palace.
palace.
Oh,
After
yeah.
Jabba's
Yeah.
palace.
After, yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
After everything and the dust is settled, it's like,
There was this after the sandstorm. Yeah.
Or also
dude, that
Dagobah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
I would
was
just-
like, I know, I can't believe we got out of it. You see that fucking pit?
And think about that's not fog.
Yeah.
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
Minox. They're here, man.
Are
Ben
we gonna
shows
do
up.
calls? 'Cause
Yes,
have
we
a lot of
are.
time
We're
left.
almost running out of time. We can take maybe one or two calls. So, Cody, if you want to flash it up, we got to talking about Star Wars, being stoned,
on, Saul.
Venom 2, all this. This show goes so fast on
Yeah, it
Fridays.
Yes, it does.
It really does.
What day?
I have no idea, man.
It's Zoobly Zoo Day.
Fuck.
It's Friday.
Thank you. Yes. Oh.
There's the remix.
I can actually
love it.
hang with that a lot more when it has something else mixed in there. But if we do have calls, Cody, you can do your thing. If anybody wants to, nobody's
What
calling
if
right now.
Kenobi shows up while they're smoking? Oh shit! It's good.
Dad's here. Dad's here. All right, we do have a call. You're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Hey, Ryogi, this is Eddie, Haskell420 on Twitter. How you guys
Hey,
doing today?
Eddie
Hi, Eddie.
Haskell. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Queen.
Hello. I was like, which one, Nathan or John, or who's the queen here?
How you doing, John? And welcome back, Nathan. Great to have you back.
Hey, thanks.
So what do we got? What do you got today for us, Eddie?
Oh, the MoviePass thing is just...
Yeah.
They're getting sued by the shareholders, so hopefully these
Right.
guys end up in jail because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My question is, what are you guys doing this weekend?
That's a good question.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot.
I'm going out of town. It's my 1 year anniversary with my girlfriend, so
Nice.
we're doing a little bit of a mini staycation. Like we're going out of
Okay.
town about just an hour out
Where
of
are you
town.
going?
Where-
I don't want to say.
You don't wanna say?
Yeah, we're doing our own thing, and we're gonna have a beach weekend and do all kinds of stuff.
All right, so it's a beach.
Really
It's a
enjoy.
beach
We can
location.
narrow it down
So
to this
hour
podcast.
away out of town. I got Malibu. I got Carpinteria. I got Santa Barbara.
All of a sudden, it looks like it's a mad world. Yeah.
And then we're gonna end it all by seeing Top Gun on the rooftop at the new house in Hollywood. So that's
Nice.
because she knows my favorite film. So,
So
yeah,
if
we're-
you guys
Very
want to
cool.
find John Roca, he will be watching
yeah, come
Top
find me
Gun.
at Top Gun.
And Nathan, any big plans for the weekend?
I'm going downtown to meet someone at 82,
Okay.
the arcade.
Someone.
nice.
Someone.
Somebody.
Someone.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. We'll need an update on
Well,
that.
don't do
Mr.
that
Hamill.
face tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Queen. Yeah.
Yeah, plans are canceled after that.
Yeah, I know. That was it. And Darina said you were doing a lot.
Sunday I have the Johnny Ramone tribute at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then,
nice.
so that should be fun. And then tomorrow I am taking a few friends that asked me to take them to a goth bar. So I'm taking them to Bar Sinister.
Nice.
Hollywood, which is basically walking into the Blade rave scene. So that's exciting.
Are you gonna
Nice.
wear your NSYNC shirt for that?
How dare you, John
I said
Roca?
I like
Not
it.
that there's anything wrong with NSYNC, but how dare you? I like one of their songs.
Well, great. That's I
What
have
are you
nothing
doing,
to
What
say.
about you, Mark?
I am doing not much. We're doing some more wedding planning and
Cleaning up some dog shit on your.
cleaning up some dog shit on my patio. And then I have actually a friend that's in town shooting a music video, and so we're going to
nice.
try to get together, he and his wife.
Are
So
you going to be in the music video?
no, I'm not.
Why
no,
not?
I don't. Well, you didn't ask.
Well,
so
tell him you should.
yeah, so we're gonna do that. Hopefully, meet up with him, and also, pool time. Just relax, get caught up on a lot of things. Sleep. I can't wait to fucking sleep this weekend.
I
So-
get it.
Eddie, I don't know if you're still there,
Well,
but thank
I
you
just
for the
wanna say
call.
You guys, phenomenal week of all the shows you guys did.
Thank
Keep
you.
Kicking ass, and I can't wait till you guys come to New York, or at least some of you come to New York.
Perfect.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie, for all
Thanks,
your
Eddie.
support,
Thank you.
man. I see you all the time talking, and just thank you. I appreciate it. He's one of the most vocal guys I see on there. Just always supportive, always a kind word. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
we can take one more call before we go. I think we can do one more because it was a fast show. There we go. We got a caller coming in. You're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Yo, hey, it's Jordy from Ireland again. How you doing?
Hey, Jordy from
Hi.
Ireland. I love it. How are you doing? What's your
Hello.
question for us?
Good. Just picking up on what you guys were talking about with the episode 9 series.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a good
Particularly-
accent.
Particularly on what Kevin Smith had said about the final shot of the movie going to blow up people's minds.
Right.
So, myself and my brother, we've got a theory that it's going to be a little bit more subtle than what maybe people are thinking.
Okay.
We think a lot of people are probably thinking big set pieces, big battle. But I think JJ is going to really tie the saga together. And we have a theory that the final shot of the movie will possibly have a very small time jump, and it'll bring us back to Tatooine with Rey possibly at the Skywalker homestead where Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen lived.
Okay.
And she's got a couple of younglings.
And died.
And then to finish up with the shot, as it pans out, we possibly see Force Ghost Luke, Force Ghost Yoda, and possibly Force Ghost Obi-Wan overlooking Rey training a new set of Jedi.
What about Anakin?
Yeah.
What do you think
Well,
about-
only if it's Sebastian Shaw.
I love that theory, and I think that could actually happen.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great surprise, and I'm going to add on to it. Anakin being there as well. I think that would tie the saga in,
Hayden?
and also Return Hayden. Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Qui-Gon.
Force Ghost Boba Fett.
Qui-Gon.
Why
I would
can't
love
it
to
be
see
both?
Qui-Gon.
He wasn't a Jedi. He wasn't a Jedi.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Boba Fett just walks by and looks to the
Yeah,
camera
there
and
you
then
go.
just keeps
One
walking.
random stormtrooper that died.
Yeah, the one who hit his head on the door.
Wrong
Yeah.
window. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back in the world
Is
within
is
worlds.
this where I stand for the picture? No.
Wrong
Okay,
world.
I'll
Wrong
go.
world.
Ghost of the
It's a
Wampa.
great theory, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
I think that is.
That would be I think a happy ending for a lot of people.
I think the Force. I think that's really
Well, because
interesting.
it's closure, but it's not a
Hopeful
definitive.
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
they can come back and
kind of shows that
the
the forces, they become one. The Force ghosts are still there, looking out for you, looking over you, and Rey has some younglings.
and they're
or-
building another Death Star in the
and-
background.
and-
Death Star 4, baby.
Would that be hysterical?
I
You wanted
will
to tie the
walk-
saga together.
No.
We got like end of Revenge of the Sith, and
Yeah.
you got the
I
end
will
of this.
walk out of that theater.
I did on a rule of two. If, like I said, if there was
Star
time
4.
travel introduced, I'm done.
Yeah.
I said that would be really tough
Well,
for
you,
me.
you wouldn't walk out. You just have to. I already paid I already used my AMC movie pass to get in here, so I might as well.
Yeah,
So now I'm
I wouldn't
watching
be
it
done
again.
there. I wouldn't like it. So we're
I
going to
hear
wrap
you.
it there, guys, because that is the show. It's for Friday, August 9, 2019. Thank you for joining us the entire week and tuning in. Christian Harloff, as I mentioned, will be back on Monday, so tune in then. 10 a.m. PST on Monday. We'll be back. Thank you to Dorina, to Nathan Hamill for coming on the show
Thanks
again.
for having
Please
me.
check out his new shirts at Nathan Hamill at Threadless, right?
Threadless, yes.
Okay, and John Roca, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. I'm Mark Riley. Cody and Alex in the booth. You fucking rock. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.